Oh, and are you drinking?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I haven't. I haven't drank during pod night all year.
No, I
Okay, I
noticed
understand I understand your record, your streak you got, but
It's summer
why?
now.
I just feel like I drink too fast and I feel fuzzy.
The summer is different rules, though. I understand doing that during the winter.
Yeah.
But summer is like party time all the time.
Mm-hmm. And this is your time to relax.
All right,
let's hop into why Dennis is stressed out about artificial intelligence.
Right into that. I need some warm up first. Like I need to get.
Well, you've been drinking, so you should be pretty warmed
I've
up.
been drinking for 10 minutes because you guys started this so quickly, which I like. So I'm not complaining about that.
let me get Dennis warmed up.
No, I actually like it, guys.
Let me get Dennis warmed up with a lighter topic. I have two. One is beach wedding attire, and the other is weird Chipotle order, and they do go hand in hand. Because I went to the mall today to shop for this beach wedding that I'm going to, which I'll get into. And after I was done shopping, I went to the mall Chipotle. Have you ever seen a Chipotle in a mall before?
On the outside of a mall, but not in the mall.
I know I definitely have seen it, and I'm pretty sure I've ordered from one.
That
But Dennis
seems
isn't
weird.
going to beat AI if we're just going to let him ignore it and not face it straight in its face.
Let me get lubed up a little bit, liquored up.
We've already
All right,
established we're talking about the
Rick,
Chipotle order. Let's just get this out of the
Owen
way.
really wants to get. He's been thinking about what to say for this.
Oh, do you not want to lose your train of thought or
He's gonna
something?
lose it.
No, I already lost it. Kevin already took it
all
away
right.
from me.
The Chipotle in the mall, I feel like it'd get too dirty.
The whole time, so there was in the line of like three people, and I was actually going to ask him, and I was like, "Why would you work at this Chipotle?" Because it was just so cramped. And I'm like, there's literally a Chipotle down the block. I'm like, I wanted to ask him, do you prefer working at a mall Chipotle? But I never got around to it. But
That's a good question. I don't know. I bet that it was just like it's the one that was hiring.
Mm-hmm.
But if they had the choice between the two, would they still check the mall?
There has to be
the mall Chipotle.
And I'll say this about it. They seem to be like having a really good time back there. The people were like goofing around. I'll explain. All right, why don't I tell my story?
Every Chipotle I go to, they're having the worst time.
This was
no
not
fun.
This was not the case at the mall one. I think maybe the mall just is like, maybe it's less people or more people or just
vibes are high.
Vibes are better. Than it's not like people just trying to like.
Were they having
get
fun
in
with
and
the
out.
customer? I guess I've seen them have fun, but it's like with each other, and then a customer walks in and they're like, "You just fucking ruined the party."
Wait till you hear my story.
Oh god.
There was
okay.
one customer who had fun there. Okay. So I was waiting in line. It was like two people, and there was a guy in front of me and a girl behind me. I put in my order: brown rice, black beans, chicken. And then what's wrong? Always give me a face like those are like there's like 6 options, and I picked 3 of them. There's no way I could have steered
Brown
wrong.
rice, black
Brown
beans.
rice wrong, black beans wrong, chicken wrong. But go on.
I agree. Brown rice is wrong. Too
Brown
crunchy.
rice is definitely wrong.
And
White
it's not
rice-
that
it's
much better for you.
And I've heard that it's actually not healthier for you.
It's just
Harder to digest.
I like the color better. Okay, that's beyond the point.
It's a little racist. Okay.
And the black beans.
Maybe Sky hates black people.
DEI. Kevin's doing the DEI
Chipotle bowl. Sorry, Kevin, go on with your story. We'll stop interrupting.
Okay, I put that order in, and then I hear the girl behind me. She goes, "Hey, my order's going to be really weird." And I instantly turned my head, and I go, or I didn't say anything yet. I just like, what? What is she prefacing? She goes, "I'm gonna get a bowl, and then can you put on a lettuce on there? You know, like how lettuce is at the end." And she wanted her lettuce at the bottom.
Is that a salad bowl?
She should have just ordered the salad because that's
I
how
agree.
they start.
That's what they do.
I agree. That's not how she did it, though. She said, "I'll just do the lettuce at the end first," and then she claims this. She goes, "And I'm not going to get a lot else. That's basically all I'm getting. So just load it up on as much lettuce as you can." And they just like basically filled it with lettuce. Okay. And I turned my head and that's when I spoke up. I'm like, I can't wait to hear this order. Oh, this is where I'm my dad's son, because that's exactly what he would do. And she like shook me off and was like, whatever. So I'm like grossly paying attention to her order now. So then she gets a bowl full of lettuce, just a little bit of rice. So they put out like a sprinkle of rice. Then she gets black beans, and they put a pretty hefty amount of black beans on there. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, look, you just said that all there was going to be is lettuce. Like, why are you prefacing that? You've already done a normal order. And then she goes, can I get double Chipotle honey chicken? And they put on these slobs of Chipotle honey chicken. It looked like a trough. It looked like something a pig would eat. It was just,
it is like that. It's kind of weird looking.
it was so gross looking. And then just sitting on top of the lettuce, it literally looked like a meal for 5. And this was like a skinny little girl too.
Okay,
I
that
don't
was
know.
going to be my next question. Was she fat and pretending to get? Is this like a Dennis steak salad type of deal, or is this?
I just,
But
I as she might, I get the concept because you're like, you know what, I'm gonna get whatever bowl I want, but I have this, I'm gonna fill it with as much lettuce as possible, so it's like there's kind of a filter there that's gonna prevent me from getting the bowl I actually want, which is double, like, everything.
yeah.
Okay. I think my opinion is I think she's trying to game the system and get more
With more
food.
lettuce.
But that's what I was like, she did it wrong. Or
Yeah, when she said,
Here's
I'm
my
only gonna
favorite
get
one.
a little bit of everything.
She's a competitive eater and she's eating a lot of lettuce because that's supposed to expand your stomach. And she's probably already eaten 3 of those today at the other Chipotle.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, and she has to go to the mall one,
Yeah,
which is
so
kind of inconvenient, Kevin said. Because they stop serving. It's like a bar when you eat too much. They're like,
Yeah, they're
you've
like,
had,
hey, yeah.
you've had too much
We-
Chipotle.
your
You're going to eat
business
a
is no good here.
salad here, lady. We can only have so many heads in the back.
It is true though. If she's doing that at every Chipotle, at some point they're like, "Hey, like this is starting to cost more than it does in return." But it was just so weird that she
Oh, hey, that's true.
I just found it so weird that she prefaced it with, "That's basically all I'm getting," and then proceeded to get like an exorbitant amount of food on there.
Do you guys
I
ever
like-
say double anything?
No.
No,
Sometimes I do double rice, but that was like,
The only time that I do
Long time
go
ago.
for extra is if they don't put on enough rice. Everything else, they seems like
Yeah.
they nail. But nothing.
it's pretty rare that they don't put on enough rice. It's
no,
you-
I
Well, they're trying to get rid of all the brown rice because no one's eating it.
That's
Kevin.
yeah, that's true. They're like, yeah, we'll give you as much of this as you want.
There's more to
Um,
the story, by the way.
I've noticed that sometimes when they scoop the rice and they're being stingy with it because there's like a long line and the other rice isn't ready, they go really slow with it. Put a little bit on and then like they'll grab a little bit more and put a little bit more on. Like the people that are giving you a lot of rice, it's like a fast scoop and
That's a
they're
good
done.
point. It's a mentality thing. I wonder if they teach that at training or if that's a learned behavior.
I don't know.
Nature versus nurture.
Yeah. All right, Kevin, go on with the story.
Oh, okay. Then I gave up on that girl. I paid for my order. I sat down. I got a large soda. I sat down at the proceeded to start eating my food. Then all of a sudden the cashier flags me down, like with a shamed look on his face. He goes, "Hey, buddy, come here, come here." I'm like, "Did I pay for it?" And I'm like, he's like, "No, come here." And the other guy's like, "He did the opposite." And I'm like, "What the fuck is happening here?" So I walk up to the counter and the guy goes, "Hey, man, I accidentally charged you for both those orders. I thought you two were together."
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And I just go, no, I just talked to her for like a second because she had ordered this weird ass Chipotle order.
That's so funny.
So I had to like go back. They had to refund me for the card.
Yeah.
And then I just sat down and ate my meal. And then I went back up there at the end and was like, "Hey, because you guys screwed me over, can I have a free refill?" And they said yes. And they left. And
you know
That's
what?
fun. I
But
like
they were,
that
that's what I'm
story.
saying. They were good vibes though. Like they were having fun there.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I was at Chipotle on Monday and a similar thing almost happened to me. And I felt offended because I went through the line, I got to pay. And the person goes, I was by myself. And he goes, "Are you together?" And I go, "What?" And I look over and it's like one of the ugliest, fattest guys that you would not want to be associated with. And I'm like, this person thinks we're together. Why? I didn't say one word to him.
So you don't even want to be associated as a friend with that guy.
No, we're not together.
Yeah, who would make that assumption? Like, who's paying? What two guys that aren't a couple are paying for food together?
I don't know. Maybe because he might have looked at me or something, but weird.
Okay, Dennis, are you warmed up yet?
Wait, I want to hear about this beach.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
So,
do too.
all right, so I was just at the mall because I'm going to a wedding in Charleston this weekend, my cousin's wedding. I
Does
do
he
have-
live down there?
Yeah, he lives in Charlotte, I think.
Okay.
The funny preemptive part of this story is he sent us an invite to our old apartment, and they sent it with direct mail, like the marketing way of sending it, and it said Kevin Stuzinski and guest or current resident. on the so we moved. So technically, we're not invited anymore. Are the people who moved in are definitely probably
Or
going?
you have to take the current resident and not a guest.
Oh, that's true. Yes, I got to go meet them.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whole thing. But he lives in Charleston, or lives in Charlotte. They're doing a beach wedding in Charleston, and what everybody's so confused over what to wear, more so than George's, because it's just like what do you wear to a beach wedding? There's a group chat going on every day. Somebody's asking another question, and I guess my question is like, what would you guys wear to a beach wedding? Owen, start with you.
Well, first off, George's was not that confusing.
Yeah,
There's just very small amount where people are like, what are the vibes? And that was it. This one is definitely 10 times more confusing.
Oh wow, you guys are catering to George. You're worried about his backlash.
No, this is definitely.
No, Kevin, that was.
I was more wondering
wedding.
like how formal I should get at George's, or just
That was it.
semi-formal.
Not me personally, because I was wearing the
Yeah, you
outfit.
didn't have to think about.
But my there was, I mean, Lisa texted Megan. Megan was asking.
Well, that's women
That's
do
chicks.
Yeah,
That's,
okay.
yeah,
Okay,
they all
okay,
want to
okay,
know the
okay.
dresses.
Nobody wants
George,
to
we
stand
love
up.
you. Don't make
George,
fun of us.
you're great. Sorry about the hike.
Don't do that. We are sorry about the hike.
Yes, we are. Sorry, George.
I lost my train of thought.
What are you gonna wear to a
what am I
beach
gonna wear?
wedding?
I
Do you want to know what
probably
it says
wear-
on the invite?
I'm not wearing sandals because I don't want to see other men in sandals because I do not like.
You rather see it
Feet.
barefoot?
I do
How
not
about
like
me in
feet.
Birkenstocks? Better than
Those-
bare feet.
That's better than thong sandals. Thong sandals are just I can't do it. Also, sorry, George, because I know that George wears a lot of those, and I'm anti. But I would probably wear honestly Van shoes, blue slacks, and like a short sleeve button up.
Okay, Dennis. What about you?
The big thing I had was the shoes, and like, do I wear shoes? How far near the ocean is the wedding?
I think it's on a beach.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
Okay, that's what I assume too. It might not be on a beach,
But is it near? Do I have to walk 100 yards? to
Oh, you
get
mean
to
like
it?
how the literal proximity of the place?
Yeah.
are you in
'Cause-
sand? Or are you not
Yeah,
in sand?
because if I'm in sand, like, oh, and you're gonna walk with closed shoes in sand.
Dude, I think that this is this big misnomer just because of Rocket Power, where everyone was called a shoebie. But walking on sand with shoes is one of the, I think it's superior than any other type of
No
shoe.
way.
Sandals,
clip.
it's too hard to truck through. Shoes are actually on your feet. You either go barefoot or shoes. Or
No, I
strap
agree. I
sandals.
agree. Sandals are harder. Shoes feel so unnatural.
it just
I
feels
get no
icky.
sand. I get no
Yeah.
sand in them.
And I think
Bullshit.
I think part of it, Owen, is
No
just
sand.
I think part of it is when you're on a beach, you also expect the weather to be hot, the humidity to be high. So like wearing shoes is not only bringing in sand, your feet are also kind of getting gross and sweaty in there. Like it's not the most comfortable.
Okay, let me rewind.
Vans would be
See-
nice, but like my leather sneakers would not be great.
Yes, I guess that's the thing. I got canvas shoes that are super light, and I'm mostly thinking of a Seattle beach where it does not get really as hot
Big
or
difference.
humid. So that's a good point.
Yeah, I guess what I would wear is probably like some sort of slacks and like a short sleeve button up. Is that what Owen said?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of where everybody landed. I think the ideal is what they're picturing is kind of like what Matt Stew wore to wine tasting, kind of like a Walt Goggins type, like
Yeah.
linen shirt, linen pants.
Yeah.
I see. I was overthinking it because I just like the only I don't have a ton of clothes in my closet because I'm poor.
I don't know, man. I've seen your retirement. You could afford a few shirts.
I think you could get a couple shirts, couple shoes.
That's tucked away. That's tucked away in gold.
You haven't bought the
That's tucked away in gold, and I recently bought Lionsgate Films studio stock.
What made you do that? Did
yeah,
you see a
can't you
clip?
just put something in some
wait,
just
let me
stable
guess.
stuff, Kevin?
I'm gonna guess Kevin's mindset here. He was on like some sort of media and social media. He saw a clip of a movie that he liked, like from like the early 2000s, and then he looked up like, oh, he figured out it's Lionsgate. And he's like, oh wow, they made a lot of movies I liked in the early 2000s, and then he decided to buy stock. Is that it?
Not far off.
Okay.
What I do when I look for stocks is I go to Yahoo and they have a trending stocks spreadsheet on there. And I went to the 52-week lows. So I looked at stocks, a list of stocks that were at their 52-week lowest, and then I looked for stocks that like of industries that I actually kind of understand. So like I scroll past the AIs and the biomedical and shit. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is. And I saw that Lionsgate was at a 52-week low, and I'm like, what kind of movies are they putting out? And I saw that they're putting out this new John Wick movie, The Ballerina. And I'm like, these John Wick movies crush.
Oh, that's not going to crush.
And I did a little research on like the actual structure of the company, and I guess they made a bunch of changes recently. So I basically am just betting on that it was at its lowest, and it's not getting any lower.
Little bit of research too, so that's
okay.
good.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I follow the Jimmy Buffett,
Hendricks.
right? Or no, Warren Buffett method of like. I follow Jimmy Buffett method. It's just like relax, chill.
I have to buy another margarita.
I follow the Warren Buffett method of like try to invest in industries that you at least understand. Like don't try to invest in things like. So I'm like, all right, I kind of understand that. Okay,
You
what was I
understand
fucking
that
talking
they
about?
make movies, nothing behind the.
And they had a couple big movies coming out. Seemed like they did some positive restructuring. Okay, wedding.
You said you're
attire.
poor.
I'm not poor, but I just don't. I don't invest a ton in clothes because I don't know. I get scared of.
I just
clothes.
realized you're just like any clip you have is just gonna have the business on it with the business screenshot.
I want to turn it inside out.
No, it's fine.
It's probably good for.
It's not like okay. But all I have in my like dresser are like chinos that are like a little too tight, like a little out of style. You know, like when like really kind of tapered, cropped chinos. And I have like a blazer that I could wear, but I think it would have been too like Southern traditional, like frat boy looking the way I would have dressed. So I'm like, I need to just go buy some linen pants and like a nice beach shirt. And I settled on like a pair of black linen pants for $80, and then like a kind of like a polo that's not like a golf tech polo, a little bit more like towel-y. You know how they make all the polos like in towel fabric
Jerry
now?
towel.
Yeah. So
Towel-y from
South Park. Yeah, so that's what I'm wearing to that wedding. And
what color is the polo?
It's black linen pants, like a tan, really close, off-white.
It'd be funny. You should just show up in a tux. That would be funny. Especially if it's actually on a beach and you're just walking through in patent leathers and leather dress shoes through the sand. You'd be like, oh my God, it's so fucking hot here.
That was the first one. That made me look too fat.
Wait, what? These photos of yourself?
He's looking.
You don't
away.
look at the mirror. What are you looking at?
I was looking at the other mirror to the right.
Oh yeah, there's multiple mirrors in this one. I thought he was trying to show off his beard line.
That's what I thought.
No.
Or he just but it is also always awkward to look at a selfie.
Yeah, no, I was
in a mirror, like other looking.
Yeah.
Either look at the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm at. I'll let you know how I stack up against everybody else at the wedding. But
I think you're gonna look like you fit in place.
I still have to figure out what shoes I wear, but that's not a big stress.
No shoes.
Oh, probably sandals, to be honest. Okay. AI, Dennis, you're scared of it. What's the level on it? Out of 1 to 10, how scared of it are you?
I think I'm getting obsessed with it.
I think that is the problem too. It's all he thinks about. It's all that matters. And you think that's what everyone's thinking about, and all that matters.
I do have some relief, like when I go to a Chipotle and I sit down, I'm like, these people have no fucking clue what's coming, do they?
Yeah, I think you're a little too deep in the world, though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It 5 to 10 years, it's gonna be able to automate almost everything.
I don't know. Think back to what we were saying about ChatGPT and the cost of running a server. Just every time we say thank you, how much it costs. All these AI companies are venture backed. They're kind of the new .com. None of them are actually making money. So it's just like, yes, like it seems like there's all kind of crazy development happening. None of them know how to monetize it yet. So it's going to taper off.
.com, the internet just died after that, right?
Well, the .com,
Kevin, but here's the thing: I don't think you're realizing these things get more and more efficient over time, and they're going to be like, it's going to cost nothing to run these things.
So they're not even worried about monetizing it, though?
No, I think they're going to find a way to do it.
Here's my theory. I think that a lot of people aren't going to work anymore, but people are going to be able to buy their own like AI robots to go do the work for them, and that's their investment. And that's them going to work is like, I pay for this thing, I pay for it X amount, and I get this much in return.
But where are you getting the money from to pay for that?
well, I've been working for all these years in
I know,
this
but
thing. I
just
could put a
imagine
down payment on it, and I get the good one.
all right,
And
how
he
much
works in
money-
in my case,
finance.
How much money do you have? You know how much money I have.
um,
is that all?
That's not all, but you know, it's a good. It's a
That
healthy.
was,
It's a health.
that was
it's a
an
health-
appropriate question.
It's a healthy chunk.
Yeah.
it's gonna have
I
a few
just like
coins on 'em.
why is it all in cash? Sorry, why is it all in cash right
It's
now?
a long
Kevin?
story. Long
Kevin,
story.
you probably could have. That thing probably would have been doubled if you
Just
invested that over
way
time.
more, yeah. It just something like just a low cost index fund, and
Well,
just
Yeah.
set it, forget it. But back to
Take
back
us in.
back to AI.
Well, I wanted to. I want. I
It
wanted.
all comes back to AI.
I want to counter you again, Dennis. One of the reasons people are ChatGPT and all these AI search engines specifically, or what do you call them? Word, grammar,
Large language models.
Yeah, large. One of the reasons people gravitating towards them is because there are no ads on them yet. Imagine what it's going to be like when you search GPT and you ask like, "Hey, like, what's a good wedding dress attire?" And then all of a sudden, it's all clouded with ads and crap, and it's just not as efficient anymore.
Yeah,
But
I think.
you'll
I mean,
it'll be just like Google though, right? And you'll just know like I
Google
know
and
these
Amazon are
ads.
impossible to avoid an ad. Have you been on Amazon recently?
I know, but I'm not fucking clicking on them. I'm not dumb, too. I'm not like, ooh, those are the pants I should be getting. I get it. That it definitely is going to be a lot harder to probably recognize, and people are going to pay more money to be up front, just like SEO work. And I don't know, but then
Or it'll
you
be
just
like
you tell the AI robot like, don't show me any ads.
or it'll be like mobile games where like you can't do anything without pay to play. So you'll like be like, "Hey, can I get an AI image of me in like a suit?" And then it'll be like, "Great, do you want to be fat or skinny?" And it'll be like fat cost you $100,000. Or no, fat cost you $5, skinny cost you 100,000. They can charge for that kind of shit.
That's so cool. I hope someone does that because that'd be so funny.
Be like, well, yeah, we'll spit this out really easy. We can do this in 30 seconds. $5 for fat, 100,000 for skinny.
It's free. It's free, but they make you look fatter when it's free. They're like, dude, if you want to look skinny or like you actually look, you're gonna have to pay for that. But this is
Yeah.
a general idea.
Or they'll be like, hey, like you can buy pimple coins, and like for $20 a coin, we'll remove one pimple. And you're like now have like you have to be like, and you have to buy the pimple coins in sets of 100. So it's like if you want to remove 5 pimples, you now have to have I have to buy 100 pimple coins.
This genuinely might be something that I would pay for just because it'd be hilarious. Like it automatically, it's like, dude, all of this is free. You're gonna look shittier, but if you pay for some things, you can look better.
wait, and it's just generating an image of you?
yeah. But it always just it does,
and it just keeps asking you these questions like,
Yeah.
"Hey,
Like,
you want to look
do
fat or
this? Do you wanna-
skinny?"
It's not
Insert
even-
$5.
It's not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
retouching. It's not even retouching. It's just like, hey, can you generate an image of me from scratch? And it'll just say like, yeah, do you want to look ugly? That's free. If you want to look hot, we're gonna charge you 150,000.
Yeah, we can
Per
make
year.
you, but you look like shit. And if you want to look better, like you're gonna.
And if you don't
fork it
come up
over.
with a subscription fee, we're gonna revert that image back.
And-
we have it locked with
Yeah.
blockchain, so we will
And every
always
time you
revert
say thank you, $5 charge.
it. No, the thank you. I'm gonna be not charged as much because I say thank you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but
Um,
you do have me thinking a lot about it, Dennis, and just like what industries are kind of AI
I think
proof.
I don't know. I was thinking, physical stuff, but then it's like, as soon as this AI can transfer to a robot and it can just walk around and it can move basically every single part of its body, the AI is going to know and just understand like how to do things.
I asked AI today out of curiosity, what jobs are AI proof, and it said like surgeon and doctor, and I'm like, nope. Like doctors are gonna be the first thing. Those guys, like, no offense to doctors, but like I go to a doctor and all they do is regurgitate Google.
I went to a
things.
Yeah,
doctor.
they type everything into a computer,
Yeah.
and they're like, this is this.
I actually went to a doctor today, and it wasn't a doctor; it was a nurse practitioner. Which it's impossible to see doctors now. Nurse practitioners are great for like most things, but I don't know. I feel like if you're going there, I'd rather see a doctor. But I went to one, and it's basically like everything this lady told me I already figured out, like just through my own research. It was about gout and stuff. So yeah, I figure by the time you can present, I've been reading articles too about people that talk to AI and present some symptoms, and they're like, like one of them was about this person's jaw clicking and hurting, and they presented all the symptoms, and AI was able to solve, like they told it to do a certain move and it fixed their jaw, and they said they went to doctors and never could fix it.
Okay, Dennis, follow-up question. Who would you trust more diagnosing your mysterious illness? ChatGPT or Dr. House?
Oh, Dr. House, for sure.
Really? You think he's going to understand the nuances better?
Yeah. Now, but 10 years from now, maybe ChatGPT. No, I
Was
think
I thought was Dr. House good, or
he was so good. Here's what Dr. House
he just
did.
was addicted to drugs, wasn't he?
And he's a
ChatGPT.
narcissist. Every episode of House was, he would say, someone would come in with like dog bites or a dog bite, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's a normal dog bite." He's like, "No, that's not a normal dog bite. That's blah blah blah." And they would be like, "No, no, no, that's it." And then the person would have like a seizure, and he'd be like, "See?" And then they would try to figure it out. It would be like the cure to the dog bites was more dog bites. It was always like something dumb like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then that would cure it. But that's House. But
That's
we
the
talk
old-
about House.
That's old House for you. But Dennis, the question that you keep, like, what's AI proof? And when I was driving today, I thought of one industry that I'm kind of fascinated by. That I think it's not. I mean, it is going to be digitalized in the near future, but billboards. I find billboards fascinating, and just compared to like computer ads and Google ads and stuff, just the fact that like these billboards are still out there and they're still catching your attention.
Yeah.
That's one like that I could see myself at least working in for another 30, or even being part of the digital revolution for that, like getting all those up to speed.
Maybe we should start building billboards, more billboards places.
Lamar
Rent
has
them out.
like a hold of all of those.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed around Cleveland too? I've seen 2 of these, 3 of them at least. Local podcasts advertised on a billboard.
Ah, that's actually kind of smart.
And then I saw this is not a local guy, but it's kind of like a more subtle podcast. Tim Pool, who's like a big podcaster. He had a billboard on 71 where Tim Misney
Perfect
usually
place,
is.
because you're driving, you're in traffic, put on a podcast. I thought of, when I was looking at the billboards, I'm like, billboards are either like the most long-term investment ever, like for a company, or like the most impulse buy. Like I saw one was for Crumble Cookies. Drive this way to Crumble Cookies, so it's like pure impulse. And then the next one was for like a boob job. And I'm like, that's one that like weighs on you day after day of driving. Like you're just like, should I get that boob job? Should I get that boob job?
Men or women? Boob job.
If you eat enough Crumble Cookies, eventually you're going to need a boob job.
Okay.
As a male. It was for male boob jobs.
Kevin, I think the only job that's recession proof is bar owner.
Oh, that's true. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, because you can't automate that, and that's fun. So
they're trying to, but like you can't, because half the reason like you go to a bar is to like the weird interactions with the bartender and like to listen to the banter with the regulars. Yeah,
I think
that
it's
is.
any in-person events. You're not going to be able to automate
in-person events.
Yeah,
so we would be event planner.
Yeah, I would say that was one that came up on the list, and Megan's job, event planner, is very AI proof for now, because there's so many moving parts, like physical proximity. You have to get to the location and just figure out so many moving variables. I agree, like eventually it'll get there, but like but everything would have to be done in a studio. Like, you can't.
I also think like Owen's job, basically like an operations manager, you're managing operations. So you're not maybe a lower level employee. That job could be automated, but you need someone there to manage like the physical robots. Operation. Yeah. That's why Owen is able to diss AI and make me stressed out about it, because he knows he's safe.
I think that you might not be overreacting. I think that I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's going to be used more as a tool for a lot of things versus being completely eradicate a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
I think that everyone's just going to figure out a way to use it.
Let me ask you a question, Owen, as a real estate nerd. Do you have concerns about AI disrupting real estate?
No, it's just probably going to be harder to find deals, because you could just plug it into something and say, find me a deal that meets these criteria, and it's going to go through hundreds or thousands of different houses, and like someone like BlackRock goes in and just buys them because they've been buying up a lot of single family homes.
I would say my guess is that the first thing to go are obviously the brokers, right? I mean, those people don't do anything. They're just there to wine and dine you.
Basically, I don't know what the hell I'm paying them for.
They're nothing. I'm
yeah.
like when Carvana first came out, I'm like, thank you. This is perfect. Like I am the exact target for somebody who does not want to go in and deal with the bullshit of some dealer or broker trying to like upsell me the whole time.
What did you call that company?
Carvana.
Carvana.
The one with the car
Cleveland.
the one with the car vending machines. I'm like, a car vending machine? Yeah. I'll put $20,000 into that vending machine.
I do have a real estate question for Owen because this is what my concern with real estate is. And me going down to Florida, I've noticed this. I saw a stat that said in 2008, the median age of a person buying a house was 38 years old. The median age of a person buying a house now is 52 years old. Do you think when all the boomers die and they all have, like in Florida, it's all boomers down there. They all have these second houses. And I'm like, people our age can't even afford one house. Like what's going to happen with all these houses?
That is a good point, Dennis. These boomers really did fuck everything. They all had to have their second house.
Yeah. Do you think there's going to be like,
so
that'd be like 15 to 20 years. Do you think there's going to be?
Sure, but I think so. Our generation is the biggest generation that's ever.
Oh, and what happened to your lighting?
I have the window open instead of the light because the other light makes me look really red. So this one now the sun is setting and it looks way worse.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah, it makes you look like the original Nike Air Jordans, black on red.
Okay, well maybe this is a little better.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just.
Which room are you in too?
The room that I normally pod for. That's not the kitchen. I was in the kitchen the last couple ones, which was much better.
Oh, is this the laundry room?
No, this is our guest room. But I think back to your real estate question, our generation is the largest generation that's ever lived. We started families a lot later than boomer generation. I think that there is already a lack in housing across the country. So I'm not super worried about it. I think that there's going to be places that are hurt, like probably like Florida or places that are completely overbuilt with not a lot of demand.
Yeah.
I don't think everywhere. No.
There's a book that I'm interested in reading that just came out called Abundance. It's by Ezra Klein, some New York Times guy, and Derek Thompson, I think. And it's all about just how a lot of it has to do with like how housing is our biggest problem. And what's causing that is all the gatekeepers like not allowing affordable housing to be built. For example, Dennis, you live in a nice little city and there's all kind of people like just trying to keep people from building more houses and more affordable housing in your area. Is that the case in your opinion?
There's
too many.
Basically the places that people want to live, the people that live there are pushing back on building more houses there.
Well, I could see that because they probably think that affordable housing means more riffraff.
For sure.
Yeah. And also they put too much red tape across everything, like permitting process, timelines, and the cost that it actually takes to build those houses. Well, it doesn't make any sense. So the only people that are stopping it are typically government.
Right, and they said that about California specifically, red tape. There's just so much red tape to build a house.
Can we change the
color? It's going to cost like $800,000 to build on maybe not that much, but to make it actually worthwhile, they would need to have government kickbacks because the person buying that house is going to buy it for less than what it probably costs to build.
The cost of construction. So I've been following on TikTok.
This podcast would be so boring.
It's a concrete company.
I love that video, dude.
Yeah, so I've been on TikTok. I've been served these concrete. It's specifically one concrete company in Milwaukee called Victory Concrete, and them doing different jobs and stuff. And you learn the cast of characters that do concrete. And the guy wears a GoPro all the time, so he films everything. But the cost of these concrete, it's like to put a driveway in, it's like $25,000. It's ridiculous. If you want to see exciting, this concrete thing is good.
Well, it costs $25,000 because the guy runs the truck out of diesel. And when you run the truck out of diesel, you have to spend all this money to get it going again.
My favorite ones are So with concrete, I don't know if you know this, but there's guys that work concrete, and then there's a person that delivers concrete, and it's two separate companies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so concrete's here, and then the main guy goes up and inspects it because they need a certain consistency of 1 to 10. In Victory Concrete, they always order a 7, and one time this truck came and they gave him a 5, and he said it's
fuck.
too wet.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here all day spreading this. It's too wet. And he went up to the guy and he's like, "You ordered a 5," and he's like, "No, I ordered a 7." And he's like, "Check the paperwork." He ordered a 7, and the guy was wrong.
Ooh. If they made this into a half-hour reality show on whatever A&E HGTV, would you watch it, or is it just good in
No.
small bursts?
No, I wouldn't watch it at all. It's
This is-
basically
this-
like it, like a
this is-
Storage Wars or a.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is like someone at work, like, you know, we can make a TV show out of this place. And that guy actually did it. And it's actually
Yeah, like
entertaining.
the new Office comedy is actual like workplace comedies, like actual workplaces. Like you don't
Yeah.
need to make a sitcom version of it anymore. The people are just literally documenting a real workplace, and it's fascinating.
Have
Back
you
to-
guys been watching Rehearsal?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think what he's presenting is actually like a good idea?
No, I don't. I don't
Okay.
think it solves any problems. I think it just creates more problems.
Yeah, because I was reading on the subreddit, which I feel like a nerd
I
saying
do
I
too.
read
I
Reddit.
follow it too.
Yeah, and people are like taking it seriously. They should be really doing this. And there's people that comment like, "He's a comedian. This is to be funny. He's playing a character." And they're like, someone wrote an article about how he finally faced his he finally figured out he has autism, and and it's like he's playing it up for the camera.
Mhm.
Like, it's crazy that people. I don't
They
know.
just take
like,
things too literally. For the
Yeah.
non-rehearsal fans, he's basically quote unquote trying to fix the airline crisis of like people getting into crashes all the time and saying like it's a communication issue between the two pilots. Basically saying that the one pilot is dominant and the other one's afraid to speak up. Right? That's kind of the quick synopsis. Yeah, in my opinion, like pilots are pilots for a reason because they have the confidence. They turn their brain off and they defy gravity every fucking day. They can't be listening to every like bell and whistle and being like, "Oh, should I turn a little bit here?" No, they just need to get that fucking job done.
I can't hear the word "defy gravity." When I think of that fucking movie now. I haven't even seen it. Defying
But
Gravity.
these guys
Isn't that the
they're
song?
literally performing a modern miracle 12 times a day, flying from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. And they can't be listening to every little chirp in their ear.
When you get off the plane, do you give the pilot a head nod?
Of course,
What do
I
you do?
Yeah,
Dude.
sometimes I'd rather them not see me. I want to walk out and not be like greeted at all. Just like sit back there. I don't want to say thank you.
Where's Owen? Where's
wanna
Owen?
just get
Where
off the plane.
Is Owen on this flight?
I think he already
think
got
I
off.
saw
I
him
think
in
he
there.
got
No.
off early.
Turn around! Turn around! I need to see you. Why do you want him to see you?
I don't like interacting with people just typically in general. It's the
You
same
don't want
thing.
a situation where you have to say thank you and you're like, you're
Or
doing your
walk,
fucking job.
like,
Is that
or
it?
I don't want to make eye contact with them too early and then make it awkward. So I kind of don't look at them the whole way. And I'd rather it just not happen right
I
at
think you
the
got to
end.
realize this guy's looking at 1,000 people a day.
It's not, I don't care. I'm not worried about him seeing me and me doing something different. I just don't want to interact. I should be in first class so I could zip off right away and I don't have to say anything to anyone.
If you were walking past him, he said, "Hey kid, you want to see the cockpit? You want to see the cockpit?"
Well, maybe that's why I don't like them talking to me so much because they never ask that question.
Yeah,
Because
'cause I
would
know how
love to see
excited
the
you'd be.
cockpit.
But Dennis,
I'm just walking off disappointed every time. He's like, he's not gonna fucking ask me.
I have been watching the rehearsal and I've actually been so fascinated. I think it's starting to kind of lose a little bit of steam, but I was so fascinated by it. I actually had to go back and watch a little bit of Nathan For You. And I didn't want to start from scratch. So I watched remember season 4, they did a celebration where they like caught up with everybody.
Oh yeah, they showed a clip of the one Nathan For You where he basically had to do something or a robot would unzip his pants in front of a bunch of children while there's a police officer there.
But so I went and watched one episode of Nathan For You, though, that really was fascinating because it was all about tariffs, which is obviously like the topic of every conversation these days. And the premise was in order to bring in smoke detectors from overseas, they charge a huge tariff. Do you know why that is?
No.
I remember that episode. I don't remember what
it's because something that's so important and like life saving, they don't like, our government does not want that produced overseas and in homes. It's because it's like they don't want it half-assed, overproduced.
Oh.
They want that to be treated like, you know, they don't want it to be fast fashion, shitty quality.
Shit, I know what I new business.
So
Smoke detectors.
so Nathan's idea was that if they could turn the smoke detector into a musical instrument, you could bypass the tariff laws. But it laid the groundwork for the entire rehearsal this season too, because it's all about like talking to lawyers and how you can get around tariff laws and how do you convince the country. And so what he has to do is he has to create a band and have like of talented musicians, and then have somebody in the band playing the smoke detector the entire time. And the goal is to make that band have a hit song. And I can't believe I didn't see where the rehearsal was going, because it's laid the groundwork. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But Dennis, funniest home videos. Are you watching that shit?
My kids are obsessed with it.
No
I
way.
watched an entire season.
The old,
no,
the
2019 with Alfonso
Riviera.
Is that his last name?
Yeah, Carlton from
Carlton's
Carlton's
still on. I figured that just YouTube just kaput.
It is still on. I always catch it because it comes on after football on Sundays.
Yeah, and my kids now love basically if there hits them in the nuts or gets close to it, it's like they're bent over on the ground thinking I'm filming. And I did film, so my kids just learned how to ride their bikes without training wheels. And so I took them to this like a sledding hill. Well, we go to this park and there's a sledding hill there, and we rode our bikes there, and they wanted to go down it on their bike. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And so Ozzy went down fine. Freddie went down fine. And I was like, I'm going to go again. I'm like, all right, let me film it. He goes down and like, it's going really fast, and his handle wheels start like shaking, and they twist, and he like falls forward and hits his nuts really bad. And he cries in like horrible screeching pain. And I filmed it. And right when I was done, he's like, you got to send it to America's Funniest Home Videos. And so every time we watch it, he's like, is my video coming up? I'm like, I didn't send it because you're crying too hard afterwards. They don't like kids in pain that much. They want to get hurt to send it to there. It's like it's like a 5-year-old's jacket.
That's incredible.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Freddie got a soccer ball, like hit him in the chest, and he laid in the ground and grabbed his nuts like he was hurt.
That's funny.
That is amazing.
During a game.
I love that America's Favorite Videos or whatever still has like legs with the youth of America. That's incredible.
See, this is why AI is not taking over everything. We thought that at least I thought that America's Funniest Home Videos was absolutely dead, and no one's gonna watch it because you have YouTube. But seems
It's
like
funny,
it's
Owen. I
alive
saw
and
a
well.
clip like a few days ago. Someone generated America's Funniest Home Videos in AI, and it was actually pretty funny.
Was it?
No,
Just
they
like-
didn't.
Yeah, just the set that the people were on, and then like the actual videos.
Did they really do
But
this?
it was yeah. I'll send it to you guys. It was very uncanny. Uncanny?
Yeah, it's like the con.
Carvani.
Yeah, it's not uncanny. It's uncanny, like the Cannes Film Festival in France. Very uncanny. That
Sean Connery.
it is, but no, it is like at the end of the day, like that stuff just appeals.
At the end of the
it just
day, Kevin's concluding his
It
essay.
appeals to our lizard brains. We just want to watch people get kicked in the nuts. And yeah. I guess AI.
I've never watched a full season of it. I saw the whole. So they have a $10,000 winner each episode, and then you have a chance to get into the $100,000 winner.
Fuck, I forgot about that. They invited the families on there, and they would showcase them. Fuck.
And the one that won the $100,000, a girl, probably like 10, was singing "Shallows" by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, which is a great song. And her 5-year-old sister comes in and starts singing it at the same time.
No. That's
in front of the camera.
that's what won.
Yeah.
Oh, so the videos aren't funny then?
No, they're funny when some of them are funny. A lot of them are
You
cute.
have to send that video in of Ozzy.
I think
I'll
you
send
do
it to you
too.
guys when you hear screeching.
Yeah, I want to see it.
When you hear a screech, you're like, "Oh my god, is he okay?"
Was he playing it up?
I thought no, not when it happened, but I thought his nuts exploded. And
This is, by the way, the kid with like a half a leg and 0 teeth.
he's missing a tooth for the last 2 years. He's not scared of anything. I just kind of let it happen, so they figure it out. So
Yeah, I want to hear what
I
it's
knew
like
he was gonna die.
the application process for that. Okay, Owen, I have covered none of your topics.
I know. I'm like, fuck, mine are at the end.
Well,
All right, let's hear 'em.
Adolescence. That show came out like 6 months ago now.
Yeah, I watched like 3 episodes of that. It's
No,
good.
you did it. There's only 3 episodes total.
Oh, I watched one.
I
One third of it in my
could
mind.
see the whole premise is about like a young like preteen, right? Or like a teenager.
Yeah, it's a 13-year-old that gets in trouble for killing a girl, and it's all done on one shot.
Oh, I
Each
forgot
episode
Yeah,
about
I
that
like that.
aspect.
is one shot. So I knew that this came out for a while, and I was like, I don't think I really want to watch this, just because Jack is around 13 years old, and I'm like, this seems like I don't want to be worried about Jack at all. But we watched it, and it was really fucking good. And I think the main reason I wanted to bring it up is because I feel like Dennis would love the 3rd episode more than anyone, because Dennis
Oh.
loves public freakouts.
Oh,
Real
shit.
public freakouts. And this was an incredible public freakout. The 3rd episode had me laughing, crying, like anxious. It was one of the best episodes of TV I've seen.
I've heard it's
forever.
really
So
good.
just
It
tell
was
people,
so
just if people want to watch, just watch the 3rd episode.
No, you have to watch.
I thought that was real for a second. I'm like, all right.
Fuck.
Wait, Owen, knowing me, do you think I would like this show?
I think you would like it too.
Okay.
But they literally do. It's 1 hour straight of them recording. There's no takes. So
Yeah.
when they were recording, they had in one day they could do 2 takes. If they don't get it, then they have to go the next day. It was all extremely good acting.
Oh,
too,
actually,
so,
when they actually filmed it,
yeah.
I thought for sure there was just moments where you didn't realize there was a cut. There had
No,
to be.
they do one continuous. I think they have 2 cameras, but they don't stop the entire time. It is the whole.
No, yeah, in the show, but when they actually produced it, they probably had cuts.
But then they would end up cutting out specific things that happened in the show. So they filmed it like it's a play, like it's live the whole time.
Is this confirmed?
Confirmed. And I watched the making the show.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
I believe you.
You sold me with that description of the last episode that it's like a roller coaster. I didn't picture that. I just pictured all drama all the time.
Kevin,
No,
I think you would like it because I think I've only seen, to be honest, an episode and a half, and I fell asleep, and then Lisa finished it, so I never could go back and watch it. I mean, I guess I could, but Kevin, I think you'd like it because it's like an English.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And like there's like an English dad in it that I feel like you'd like the dad.
Yeah, the dad is the best. Stephen Graham, he helped create this show too. He's so fucking good. He's the best actor. I was so impressed by him.
So did he do it?
Wait, no.
You got to watch the show.
Is there a trial?
No, they don't show any trial. So it's just basically following lives of the kid, school, and family.
Okay, well, can you both now, just shifting topics, can you quickly explain to me what the Brooklyn Bridge thing is and the Qatar Airlines thing are?
Oh my, the Brooklyn Bridge. So the reason this is my topic is
Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay, so as everyone that's probably seen, everyone in the world, it seems like, has probably seen the stupid boat that
I
ran
guarantee
into the
Lisa
bridge.
hasn't.
I haven't seen it.
What? You haven't seen it? Where have you been?
Golfing at the
Okay.
driving range?
Okay, maybe I'm too online. But it was the most boring, anticlimactic crash I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, I have a. Oh,
And
I'm going to
they-
challenge you on this.
And it just is this slow, old ass sailboat that just loses power and runs into the Brooklyn Bridge. Nothing is wrong with the Brooklyn Bridge. The boat broke a couple of its masts, and I just like, it's just like watching a fender bender.
Okay, I got a video of it.
It was so stupid. And I was getting so sick of the internet because anytime I logged on, I watched this slow boat slowly running into the bridge.
I don't think Owen realizes though
that there's people on it.
there's people on each
I
mast.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I really
Okay,
don't.
Owen,
That's why I was like, it
imagine you're
doesn't
up there. Now throw yourself in there. I'm up there. What am I thinking right now?
There's people all the way at the
Fuck,
top.
why am I on
There's
this
people,
stupid
there's
ass
people
boat?
up here, people up here, here, every level there's people.
They can't get down in time?
No, they're singing a song. They're singing, oh, a pirate.
They can't get down in
This
time?
is
No, not
No.
right now. Oh,
no.
watch.
Did anybody die?
Unfortunately,
people, I
no.
think.
2 people died?
Yeah, I
I
think two
mean,
people
just based
died.
on what I saw, somebody had to
Whoa,
die.
what's this video?
Oh yeah, put that one on.
How many ounces per day would you typically consume? I've had up to like 500, 600, 700 before. Just
3 million views.
This person investigated Utah's deadly soda addiction.
Damn, Kevin, you should have done
Just based on what
that. How many sodas a day? 6 a day?
that
That's how quickly your brains can just turn to something more interesting.
that's my life.
Well, that's how much I hated that stupid boat. I was sick of seeing it. I'm mad that I'm giving it more.
How many- okay,
airtime
Owen,
because that's
If 12 people died, would you be like, all right, this
no,
deserves
I wouldn't
the
care. I wouldn't care if there was a car. I don't hear about car accidents where people die every day, and that happens every day, everywhere. This stupid slow boat hitting a Brooklyn Bridge where barely anything happened. I don't
Okay,
know.
here's what happened. I did like the video because it's a nice contrast. It's not some ugly boat. It's like this really lavish, pretty boat with pretty lights, really tall.
Debatable. That's an ugly boat.
I think it looks
in my
pretty damn
opinion.
cool. It's like a perfect time of day where like the lights are contrasting.
Yeah.
It's in the media capital of the world, the most populated part of America, and everybody's talking about it. It's all the news sources are there. It's bound to get blown out of proportion. So I understand why it happened.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that it's so obvious wouldn't fit.
Right,
And
right.
you're like, why is this going through there? Like, this person's
lost
got to
power.
know.
And the fact that
It lost
it was
power.
such a slow car wreck.
It's a sailboat.
Sailboats have backup motors. You can't. So do you notice that none of the sails were up?
Are you saying if you were the captain, you
No.
could have fixed this? You could have sullied this?
No. I couldn't have done anything. It lost power, so it just drifted into the bridge. It
Wouldn't
was
you be
no
like,
one's
hey,
at
everyone
fault.
up there, get down. We lost power.
I don't know what they were doing. I feel like those people weren't up there when it happened. Anyway,
Oh.
but I think that they died from natural causes.